Right, hello and welcome to the autumn guided tasting that goes along with your autumn tasting box. Really loved putting this one together. I always kind of think about autumn vibes, but also I guess, it doesn't have to be super seasonal, but just like really cool things to kind of jazz up our kind of months as we go into come out of summer and like moving from barbecues into stews and more comforting food. I do love this kind of time of year. It was my birthday at the beginning of the month, and I like the whole back to school energy as well. It kind of gives me that whole like fresh start kind of vibes. I have got a box with me, so I thought it would be nice to show you. So thank you to anyone that has waited to open their box. Hopefully it arrived in one piece. With lots of wrapping this time. I made sure that my dad, who helps me wrap everything, did extra wrapping to make sure everything got there okay. And one of the products, you might notice, has super extra wrapping, which is you will come to it anyway. So we are going to be joined by a few guests this evening, which is always really lovely when we get to meet the makers. We have Tekla, who's here already. So hi, we'll introduce you properly in a second. Who makes the most amazing honey, which is something that I discovered at the Good Food Show, and it was one of those things that I was just, we have to share it. So that's what I love. I love it when I find a product and I'm like, right, got to share this with my Tasting Box subscribers because I know they'll love it. There's a really cool product in here that when I saw the guys at a trade show recently, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been looking at you for ages. And I think they felt a bit surprised because I was like, oh my God, like it's you guys. And I hope that you're really going to like that product too. So the way we'll work this evening is we'll work our way through the products, hopefully in an order that we don't kind of completely damage our palates before we get to the end. So that's why we're going to start with Tekla and the honey. I'm going to kind of introduce those products, and then you can ask questions to the maker if you'd like to, and we'll just talk you through it so you get a good idea of what makes it really special, what to do with it, like serving suggestions, pairing suggestions and things like that. So it's always nice to have the makers on here because Tekla, you know so much about your product range. So without further ado, I'm going to ask you to tell us about it. So guys, this is slightly bigger, but you have got a honey in there. Yeah, that's it. It's super special honey. So you've got 100 grams, which should be a good amount to kind of get to play with, get to taste, but a really nice introduction to it. So Tekla is from Back to Roots, which have an amazing range of olive oils and honeys. And really at the Good Food Show, I was standing with Barney Desmazerie from Good Food magazine, who was like, oh my God, I don't normally like honey, but these are amazing. So do you want to introduce you, Tekla, and what you do, and then we'll get on to the honey.
Hi all. Katie, thank you so much for having me. So yeah, we are from Greece, and Back to Roots started a few years ago, just a couple of years ago, everything. So the idea was formed during COVID, when we were missing the flavors and what we were tasting back in Greece. And obviously this is how we started with the business. It's a family business. It's me and my husband. And the idea is to actually produce and bring the best natural products that Greece has to offer. That's why we've got the name Back to Roots. It's not only back to our roots, to Greece, but it's just back to how food was being honest and produced in a natural way. So what is unique with the honey in Greece is that in Greece we practice nomadic beekeeping, which means that the beekeeper takes the bees in the hives and goes to the mountains on different times of the year, depending on the flowering. So that's why we don't have all the range. We've got like 6-7 flavors, but we don't have all the range of the flavors throughout the year. It's just because it's seasonal. So pine honey is quite unique. It's kind, and because we've got in Greece pine forests, and it's a honeydew honey. So the difference with the floral honeys is that honeydew honeys are produced like in a very unique way. So there is an aphid that goes to the sap of the tree, and it's got a Greek name, this specific aphid, which is called Marcalina hellenica. So they actually eat from the honey, and then they leave, they excrete a sweet substance called honeydew. Then the bee collects the honeydew and transform it into the pine honey that you've got. So what is actually really unique with honeydew honeys is that they've got health benefits. They are rich in mineral, potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, iron. They've got they are lower in sugar than nectar honeys, so they are making it less likely to spike blood sugar. They've got strong antioxidant activity, supporting immune defense, antibacterial benefits and properties. They support digestion, and they boost your energy naturally with slow release sugar and trace elements. So this one that you have in front of you is certified organic, is raw, which means that it's unprocessed, unfiltered. So it's got all the nutrients in it. And we are very proud with this honey because there is not a single year that we don't get a star from Great Taste Awards. So every year we've got 1-2 stars. So it's kind of natural. Also, one of the most major competitions in Europe, the BML, is actually, we have also won this award. So I can't even say how many awards we've got with the range, more than 60 in total. So in terms of the tasting notes, I'm not sure, Katie, how, yes, let's start tasting the honey.
I'm too greedy, I'm sorry. I can never stop. I'm like,
yes, you
can everyone else wait, and I'm eating away.
You can see from the texture that it's quite thick, and this is how most of our honeys are. They are thick, and that on the tasting profile, you will get butterscotch. You will get also the pine is there. You can taste it. It's got this medicinal taste. And eucalyptus. I'm not sure if you can find the eucalyptus. Can you, if you smell it, you can actually get the herbs.
Is there a specific way we should taste honey?
So first we need to smell it. This is, so we start with smelling so we can get the aromas. Whenever we do any type of tasting, we start from the nose. And the reason is because that's how our brain is trained. So the nose, it goes straight to our brain, and then it's like having different drawers with different smell, different aromas, and then the brain tries to recall everything that we have in these small drawers of our brain. So that's why we need to smell it first. So what do you get when you smell it?
Anyone want to go? Ruth, did you want to say something? You're on mute. There you go. Oh, you can't get yourself off mute. There you are.
Yeah, I think my nose is a little bit broken.
Oh,
I can't really smell it, but I'm not a honey lover, and that's actually quite nice.
I'm so happy to hear that. And this is not the first time. I had a lot of customers that actually said, "Oh my God, I didn't like honey before, and this is something that I could have." This is also very good with colds, especially now that we are heading into winter, because it's got these antibacterial properties, and it's very good for sore throats. If you've got a sore throat, you can have a spoon of it, or even you can put it in your tea, but make sure that your tea, you leave your tea just to cool down a bit, because the raw honey, and that's what's different, is actually the one that it has all the benefits and the nutrients. So it's not being actually heated above the temperature of the hive, which is around 35 to 37 degrees.
Wow.
I need some lemon to go with it. But yeah.
Sounds like you do.
Yeah.
I really like that it's not so sweet, and it's kind of hasn't got that over kind of honey. I don't know, it's a really bad saying. It hasn't got that really honey kind of flavor, has it? It's kind of, I don't know.
No, you're absolutely right, because it's got this, I would say, as I said previously, like medicinal. You get the pine. It smells a bit like Christmas if you think about it.
I think that's when I first tasted it. I loved it so much, and I kind of thought about Christmas and pine, and how, you know, it'd be a really nice one for leading up to Christmas. Would you pair it with any cheeses? Because I'm always putting honey with cheese now. Like, do you think it would go well with any particular cheeses?
I mean, we love to pair it like with cheeses like halloumi. It pairs really well. So we need, like, all these salty cheeses. It needs to be quite salty. Not, it wouldn't be like you wouldn't taste it with cheddar. You need like more cheeses that they are from the saltier side of cheese, rather than, you know,
maybe like a baked
feta.
Yeah, drizzle it over like a baked feta or something.
Or baked feta, or even in Greece, we sometimes, the hard cheeses, we fry them, and then we put that on top. Also, Greek yogurt.
Oh yeah, I think that's the best way of trying it. It doesn't kind of alter things too much, does it?
I've got some pineapple cheese. I reckon it'd be beautiful with that.
Oh
yes. With apples, again, if you bake apples, and you can put it on top, it's perfect.
Nice. Now, Tekla, you are actually an olive oil sommelier, aren't you? So you are going to join us for our festive tasting with an olive oil, aren't you? And you're going to do a tasting with us there, which is really exciting. You get to use your olive oil skills, your knowledge, and share it. So we will see you again, won't we?
Yes. So we're going to have the new harvest on the next tasting. So yeah, we'll taste the new harvest, and we'll do proper tasting as like professional tasters.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And I guess, and when you know, people might watch this on catch up, that kind of thing. So we'll if we get any more questions, we'll come back to you. But I really love this pine honey. It's such a beautiful product, and yeah, be interesting to find out what other people do, taste it, and what the notes that they pick up on and things. So, lovely. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I'm going to leave you now. So see you soon in a couple of months.
Lovely. Thank you, Tekla.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Amazing. She has this one won a 2-star in the Great Taste Awards. I know she mentioned that, which is a really really hard thing to guess, actually. So yeah, what do you think of that pine honey? I can see someone waving there next to Joanne. I can see a hand keep coming up. Hello. Cool. So that was number 1. That was our pine honey. So if you haven't had more of a rummage into your box, I didn't even think about what order we'd do this in. So I think we should go to this little box of drinks biscuits because it should be quite salty, so it might be a nice little contrast against the honey. So I've loved the look of this brand, and what they do is the idea is that they have biscuits that kind of pair really nicely with drinks. So they say this one goes really nicely with a gin and tonic, and they've kind of crafted it to kind of contrast and complement those drinks. So yeah, they're saying gin and tonic, gin cocktails, martini, Negroni, Tom Collins. So they're into their gin with these ones. It's a pecorino, rosemary and seaweed biscuit. So I think they do like a really lovely range of them, and I really love the packaging. So I had considered whether I needed to save it for the Christmas box, but I couldn't wait. So we've got these now. So they're lovely little biscuits. If you want to have a taste of these, you can actually see that like the chunks of cheese in there, so they're really tasty. Nice and short, and you can actually see like there's spices through there. You've got that bits of seaweed, really nice savoury flavour, and actually it's a really nice kind of contrast against that honey. Yeah, what else do I know about them? They're Scottish. I kind of followed them for ages, but they yeah, they're just kind of really good bakers. Like I haven't managed to get them to a good food show yet, but that's kind of on my agenda. But they are growing loads. So yeah, they do like a box of 4, so you can do it like a tasting kit. So but yeah, I really like the sound of these ones. They say the flavour profile, the aromatic sharp quality of pecorino, the balance of sweetness, herb, spice, and a briny edge from the seaweed as well. And I think they probably would go really nicely with a gin and tonic. Got a bit of cumin in there, a bit of cayenne, so they have got a little bit of a kick to them. I got the spice straight away. I was like, that's not just seaweed. Oh, are you trying it? Oh no, you're trying the honey. I thought you were trying it with the biscuit, Lisa. And there's a bit of cheddar in there as well. So yeah, so that is the Drinks Bakery Drinks Biscuits. And I do really love the branding. What do you think of the branding? Pretty colouring. Yes. Cool. So that was the Drinks Biscuits. I'm just trying to think what time I asked the next guest to arrive. I think one of them might have not been able to attend. Cool, that's fine. We'll crack on. I always run out of time, so it's nice to be able to kind of not rush things too much. So these guys have won a Great Taste Award as well. So for anyone, I do bang on about these, but I think they are really like the best kind of measure of kind of taste. They put the product blind tasted into a room of like experts, and everyone so at least probably like 10 to 20 people will try the product, and then they'll agree on whether it gets a 1, 2 or 3 gold star. Yeah, what do we think of these anyway? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Need a gin and tonic?
They do go well with the gin and tonic.
Ah, you prepared well. Or was that on the on a whim that you just got one, or had you already got one?
No, it pairs well with gin and tonic, so I thought I'd test it.
Do as you're told. Thank you. Good. Right. Cool. Right, we'll move on. So I'm gonna get my little list of things out of here. So without wanting to, there's not too much sweet in here. I was kind of thinking, oh, have I missed a trick? But it just so happened that most of the things are a bit savoury. So let's go in for the drink, shall we? So because I invited them to come on here now and they're not here, I'm assuming that they are too busy. They are a crazy little business that is growing so quickly. So it's called Forever Farmers, and this is a really cool and aluminium bottle of this one's the spiced apple cola, which I thought would be really nice for autumn. So this is like a world first. So this company, they're farmers in Herefordshire, and I don't know if you've ever heard of an anaerobic digester, but Jeremy Clarkson talks about them sometimes. And basically, if they are kind of eco-conscious farmers, they will have an anaerobic digester, which basically burns the farm waste off to create energy to power the farm, and also it creates the heat for the energy, but then it also creates gas. So this company uses those gas bubbles to carbonate, like I think their biggest client is something like Heineken or something like that, like a huge business. And so they decided, let's have our own brand of amazing products. So they make them all. So it's a completely carbon neutral company. They don't use any fossil fuels on their farm at all. And I think it's just a really, for me to not put a glass bottle into the box makes me a lot happier, makes it like a lot safer posting it, because obviously things smash sometimes. But if you have a taste of this, I'm not going to open this one because I've already drunk the one I've got. So you can see on the side of the bottle actually how that works. It's got a kind of how that anaerobic digester works, but have a look at your own bottle. It's a really lovely story. It's a family business. This has got just the spring water, a bit of sucrose in it, citric acid, and then natural flavourings. I think it tastes like a cola. I think it's a really nice one, really good for Kevin, yeah. Let me admit them. There we go. Yes, have a sip of that one. If you don't like cola, you probably won't love it, because it is definitely like a cola heavy cola. Hello. Welcome, Kath. We've got through honey, and we've gone through some biscuits, drinks biscuits, and we're now onto the Forever Farmers Cola. So these guys do specialize in like tonics, so that's their main like kind of thing that they do. So if you are into gin and tonics, these guys are brilliant. And obviously if you order some, really easy for them to post them as well. They also do the pink rosehip lemonade, which is also really nice, but I really love that bottle. And the only problem that we found, had some at the weekend, was that it goes too quickly. But they do the larger bottles as well, so if you are up for sharing. But it is just a 200 ml bottle, so yeah, 100% vegan. What do we think? Tried it yet, or are you going to save it? This is the thing, when I only put one little bottle in there, you kind of want to make the most of it, and drinking it on an evening, maybe not the best thing, so I don't blame you if you're not trying it now.
I'm going to save it for Nicola tomorrow, but the name was familiar, and they got a couple of tonics. My wife and their daughter got the tonics at the Good Food Show.
Yeah.
They're actually they are nice.
They are really, really good. And I just, all natural, like Hereford apples as well. And they're really nice people. And actually, they're such nice people that there was a guy who worked on the Good Food Show called Charlie, and he got to know them as like a client. So he was sort of helped them book their stand and things. And he actually liked them so much that he now works for them. So he jumped ship from the Good Food Show, and he now sells this into sort of like they've got them into I think their stat was something like 25% of the green Michelin starred restaurants in London. So I don't know how many there are. It might just be like one. There might only be like 4 in London, and they're in one of them. But yeah, really tiny. They're only a year old as well. So they've literally just recently celebrated their first birthday. Yeah, so that's Forever Farmers. Do we like this one? It's a thumbs up for anyone that's tried it. Yeah. Ruth, like it? Good. Thank you for opening your bottle, sacrificing that tonight. Cool. Right, so that's Forever Farmers. What else do I know about them, which is quite special? I think it's enough that they literally pump, it's all from farm waste basically that the bubbles come, and I think it's just a brilliant kind of a way of like regenerative farming, really sustainable, and everything that they do is sustainable, so really easy to recycle as well.
I'd quite happily replace my tonic with it. I think it'd be really nice.
Yeah, well, like this. So this, this is the spiced apple cola, really good with rum and in any kind of like cola-based cocktails. And then I think they've got an elderflower tonic. They've got quite a few different tonics actually, and they do like bigger bottles, so in aluminium as well. So not just it's not just these small ones. So if you did want kind of to up level your kind of like tonic game, then it's worth a try. Definitely. So, yep, Forever Farmers. Where should we go next? Oh, I'll tell you about the Greek spice because I don't know how much you're going to bet up to these. So there's two things. Oh, Steve's just here. Actually, we'll hold that thought on the Greek spice. Come back. We're going to grab the can. So let Steve in. Right. So this is what I want you to grab now. Do you like the cola, Kath? Yeah, good. Brilliant. Hi, Steve. That was brilliant timing. I'm gonna let you take yourself off mute. There you go. Hi.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Hi, everybody.
So these are my hardcore crew that come live to my guided tastings.
Fabulous people.
They are fabulous people. Lots of them have been there from the very start. And Kath and Tanya were I think probably my first or second subscriber.
Oh, wow.
And Jason and his family come to the Good Food Show many times. We see them there, and lots of faces.
Fantastic.
Lovely. And so every 3 months they get this lovely box of things to try, and this is another one I was so excited about. And so Steve and I met about 15 years ago. You were selling gluten-free beer.
That's right. Yes.
Belgian beer at the Good Food Show London, and you had I can remember a big swooping hair. You had a lot of hair, and that was something.
It's all gone.
Oh.
It's all gone. But you look exactly the same.
Oh, thank you. I'm working on it. But we met recently again at an event called the Bread and Jam Festival, which is basically a place where up and coming founders go to connect with each other, to kind of launch their products, to find buyers, to kind of like find opportunities and things. So I found you there and I was like, wow, what is this? This is amazing. So
it was great to see you too there, actually.
Oh, thank you. And so I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to get these into the tasting box. Since we met a few months ago, you have had a whole window in Fortnum & Mason's.
I know. I don't know how we got lucky.
You didn't just get lucky. You have made a really, really cool product.
Oh, thank you.
So the guys have got the Bombay mix in their boxes. So if you haven't got it out of your box yet, have a look at that so you've got it in your hand. And I will let you, Steve, tell us about that, about a bit about the business and then about some of the other things that you've got as well.
Super. Well, hi, everybody. I'm Steve. I'm the co-founder of Curry Smugglers. Myself and my wife launched the brand November last year. It was mainly the reason why we launched it was because if you go into the supermarket, snacks such as Bombay Mix are just sold in clear plastic bags stacked on shelves. And my children, second generation British Asians, are like, something's got to be done. We've got some fantastic food from around the world and the packaging is just as good. And our Asian snacks are just so boring. And the snacks just didn't reflect colourful culture. If you've ever been to India, you'll know about the vibrancy of the streets and the hustle and bustle. And it never depicted that. So we thought, okay, let's do it. So as Katie said, I'm a brewer by trade, and I thought, well, let's put snacks in beer cans. Snacks cans are available all around me. We thought, okay, so we filled one up, and we thought, God, that looks really good. And yeah, the rest is history. So we've been going now since November, and the name Curry Smugglers came about many years ago. Actually, it happened twice with me. So once I was probably about 10, flying. Me and my mum went to India for holiday, and when she came back, she packed a whole load of local spices in the suitcase. And when we got to Heathrow, customs officer opened up the bag. You go, what's going on here? And the same thing happened similar with me and my wife. So we thought, oh, that would be one day a good name for a brand. And
The Curry Smugglers.
the Curry Smugglers. But it was all tongue in cheek, and it was all good fun. But yeah, we are where we are now, and so we wanted to launch the iconic South Indian snacks, and the Bombay Mix to us is literally the OG. So when we were creating our version of Bombay Mix, we'd done a few focus groups here in Margate, and a lot of people didn't want, and you'll notice there's no green peas in our Bombay Mix. Traditionally, there's green peas in a Bombay Mix, and like my mum would be like turning in her grave right now, like, what the hell? But yeah, everybody was saying, no, we don't want green peas. So Bombay
They can be
Mix.
quite drying, can't they, those green peas? They kind of...
You know what it is? I like green peas. I'm born East End. I like mushy peas. I love it all, you know. But yeah, no, they didn't want it. So there you go. That's the world's first Bombay Mix without green peas. There you go. But what we also found, what the most important thing was that the aluminium cans keep the snacks more fresher, and also the environmental aspect of it is that the aluminium can be melted down and rebuilt into another can. Whereas bags end up in landfill, they can't really be properly recycled. And that was an important message and an avenue for us when we were building the brand, that, you know, we had to have these ethical parts put in place for us to grow. And these lot of these things are put in our ear holes by my children as well. You know, they're like, oh, Dad, don't do that, don't do that. So like, okay, you know, we're learning. But yeah, so we launched the Bombay Mix, and we also have two other snacks. One is here we go, is called Chakli. So these are long spirals. Let me see if I can get one of them.
Yeah, go and show us.
There we go. Like twiglets. That's what somebody said to me the other day. They're like twiglets.
Like a mini churros.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and these have got a nice balance of flavors. They're not spicy, but they've got a nice mixture of garam masala, and very, very Moorish. So if you get a chance, please do try these. You never know, they might be in one of the boxes in the future.
Why don't we take this opportunity? If someone did want to buy them, can they buy them off your website, or is there a better place to get them from? Like, what's
you can pick them up from our website, and what I will do with Katie in the next week is we'll create a discount code for you. So if you want to pop on the shop and enter the discount code, and we'll work out a nice 20% discount. I think that's about right, isn't it, Katie?
Oh, that sounds very generous. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll spread some good vibes pre-Christmas.
Really good for like stocking filler kind of Christmas like gifts, and just having snacking at Christmas as well. So I think
well, Christmas is around the corner. Diwali is in a couple of weeks' time as well. So, you know, we're just getting all geared up for everything. The third snack at the moment we're doing is this third one is called a pakora. So the pakora is like a Monster Munch. I'm trying to put comparisons here. Shows my age, Monster Munch. And And this one is, again, it's like dried lentils with gram flour, a little bit of spice, but predominantly the taste of fennel.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's got a lovely taste to this, and the spice. Everybody keeps saying to me, I think you tasted it as well, Katie. The
Yeah.
taste, the spice hits you right at the end. It's
Really
a
good.
it's a creeper. So yeah, so at the moment we're doing the 3 snacks, folks, and
Can I read about another snack? There was another variety.
there is, but I haven't been able to be given a hand yet. But please
What is
check.
it?
It's masala corn, maize kernels.
Okay.
So we've done nicely roasted maize kernels, tossed with garam masala, nice tangy citrusy flavor, and the good thing about them, they're high in protein as well, and fiber as well. If you want to have a sneak peek, head over to our website or even our Instagram, and you'll be able to see pictures there.
I think that's probably where I picked it up. I see all these things and I don't really always stop and kind of like think, but I definitely saw a new new flavor.
Well, it is literally myself and my wife, and we're literally doing everything from the snacks to the canning as well, putting the labels on, doing the Instagram, trying to understand how to work that thing, you know. But yeah, we're getting there slowly.
I think it's brilliant, and the fact that that Fortnum and Mason kind of put their faith in you and wanted to put it right in the window. Like, I mean, it just shows that it's great.
We were over the moon, and we feel really truly blessed. That for us, a brand so small to be in Fortnum and Mason is just like, wow. It gives me goose pimples. Every time I think about it. It's a lovely feeling. And Katie, what happened is we entered a competition called Fortnum and Makers, and there's about 200 different entries, and we were the final 10 winners. And each of the winners got their own individual window in Piccadilly. It's
amazing,
unbelievable, and for them to take that step, it's wow. I take my hat off to them. It's
Which floor can I find you on?
Sorry, my dear?
Which floor of Fortnum?
You'll find us on they've actually put us on the ground floor. Yeah, next to the T. Normally, other brands are on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
And they've actually put us on the 1st floor. So I was like, right. So if you're going through the Duke Street entrance, you'll see our window there, and then up the steps and all the chap with the top hat and coat and everything, the penguin.
Next time I have to go to the office, I'm dropping in.
Oh, thank you so much.
Take a picture and share it with us as well in the Facebook group.
Please do. And Katie, I'll definitely do a discount code for everybody in the next week.
Davina,
the other thing I'm really appreciating is the mental health matters on the side of the tin.
Yes, there is a reason for that.
I've been on the web page.
Davina, Lauren was amazing. A very dear friend of mine, and she created the logo, the Curry Smugglers logo, back in 2022, 21, and we actually had put the project on hold after we found out she took her life. Somebody that's so bubbly, full of energy, constantly talking about rave music, we loved Goa and everything. And then next thing you know, she's not with us anymore. And if I had known, we would have asked questions to her or had certain conversations. But sometimes you just don't know how people are, it's so sad sometimes, and it's a lesson for me since then. I've actually been trying to get in contact with other friends I haven't spoken to for a long time, and also encourage my children as well. Check on your mates. Sometimes see how they are. It's not easy. It's not easy out there.
And it's a really lovely move to put it on, on your product, because thank you for sharing that, David, as well. He's just put the link in the chat. But it's really nice that, someone's having a snack and reading this, and, it might just prompt them to reach out to someone as well. So
This is it, Katie, and we want to create a fun brand, you know, because I think we need to, with what's going on in the world at the moment, we need to spread a bit more positivity out there. You know, it's a depressing time at the moment, but our little company, you know, please do check us out. You know, we're very grateful, you know, Katie, for you to put us on this platform. You know, it means the world to me, Danny.
no, it's really good. And just, you know, I this is what I love, like, about Sharing the Box and, you know, introducing you to people that love food, is that, you know, they can tell their friends, they can support you, and there's so much behind a brand that you just don't realize unless you get to meet, you know, someone like you. So good work, and let's watch it go take off. And this is, yeah, it's really exciting. I have got one question. My dad said, "Oh, how do you seal it up?" So is there a nifty trick to kind of reseal?
Well, we're going to be in the future, we're going to be putting recyclable plastic lids on top.
Okay, cool.
So ideally, we put enough in the can that you can finish it in one sitting. So you don't really need to finish it, but you know, some of us don't. But we will be putting recyclable plastic lids on top. So that means you can actually use these cans for something else later on if we've got a plastic lid on top. We have some restaurants who stock us, and once the can's finished, they're putting their knives and forks on the table with the cans.
Amazing.
Yeah, some people are putting little flowers on their desks and that. I've got mine as a pencil case at the moment.
Yeah, good for crafts and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. But to seal the can at the moment, so compared to conventional Coke cans or beer cans, our lid is different. We've had to purchase a little machine which we plonk on and then turn the knob, and it seals it. It's a demanding little mission, this putting the lids on, but eventually, hopefully, if we can grow, we'll get a nice little automated machine, nice and sparkly, hopefully one day.
Cool. Well, keep doing what you're doing anyway. It's brilliant.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to quickly tell you, I don't know if you've seen these guys, but we had a really sustainable product just before, which is the world's first aluminium bottle for like mixers and tonics.
Oh wow!
Called Forever Farmers.
Oh wow!
They're just a year old.
Oh, wow!
They're spiced apple cola, so it's quite nice to get two.
There you go.
Sustainable products in there.
Sustainability is so important at the moment.
It is, and you know what? And just, you know, flavour still matters, like, first and foremost. So, you know, you've got a really brilliant product in there. And so thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Really grateful. You take care. All the best. Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's so nice to see him again. I'm like, I recognise you. It looks very different. It's like 15 years later. So, but yeah, curry smugglers. We like these. Yay. And my dad was very impressed with me. He was like, yes, something else that we don't have to wrap and that won't break. Always likes it when I get a product that doesn't need. We don't have to worry about smashing or wrapping, and me telling him, Dad, more, pull the hex wrap, you know, the stuff you wrap it in. So every time you get one of these, it's probably me having to tell my dad, just pull it, Dad, pull it, because if it's flat, it doesn't give it any kind of cushioning. So yeah, and I put this in. You hopefully know that I use this rather than like bubble wrap. Just so you know, to avoid plastic. And if there is bubble wrap in there, it's because I've been sent it in the bubble wrap, so I don't want to unwrap it and then waste the plastic kind of thing. So yeah, anyone got anything to say about that Bombay mix?
I wouldn't ever use Bombay mix usually, and I really like that. It's not such a strong flavour. I think it maybe is, I don't know. And I love the packaging. I'm like on the website now getting them for Christmas presents and stuff.
Or you can wait for the discount code if you
Yeah,
want.
it's
Yes.
not a bad price actually. I thought they were going to be much more expensive than
Are
it
they
is.
about £2? How
About
much?
230. Yeah.
To be fair, you could wait for the discount code, or let them have the 20%, which
Yeah.
sometimes I make decisions like that, like locally, that something might be a bit more expensive, but actually when that money goes to an independent, kind of it feels, I don't know, feels like a good investment, right? Or wait for the discount.
I'm going to support in Fortnum's.
Yes. And just if you can, you snap that picture, send it to him, and then he can share it on like socials and things like that. So it's all helps these small businesses, because they don't have big teams to go out and have loads of pictures taken. So cool. So shall we go back to the Greek seasoning? So Olive. There's 2 products from Olive. I have seen these guys at like farmers markets for years and years and years. They're based in like Cambridgeshire, and they come up to the North Creek Abbey farmers market. So I see him all the time, and I really like their products. They're from Cyprus. So he and his partner, their family, are out in Cyprus. So this one I bought at the Norfolk Show, and I really loved it. And I thought, actually, let's get the seasoning. So this is for Greek salad. And it sounds a bit obvious, because really, Greek salad, do you just put oregano onto a Greek salad? But this has got more to it, and you don't have to just use it for Greek salad. So if you are anti-salad in any way, you can put this on potatoes. You can use it for like chicken, and just adding kind of Greek flavor. I put it in with yogurt as like a dip, with like roasted potatoes. That was like kind of like little roasted mini potatoes. But be careful with this one, because I think it could be quite full. So just so I remember to do it. So this is the olive Greek seasoning. And there's, well, on the nose, you can get the celery to start with. But it's got a really lovely amount of saltiness in there as well. So there's oregano, celery, parsley, timbre, which I haven't looked into, but I assume it's just thyme, and sea salt. So it's a simple blend, but actually this kind of sprinkled onto a salad, like obviously Greek salad is tomato, cucumber, red onion, and feta. Anything else? Olives. Ask somewhere else and it might have something else in it, but I think that's the basics. And that just gives they're all Greek. I'm pretty sure they're organic, but I don't think they're certified, so we can't really say that. Just like it gives a really, really good flavour. So yeah, and these are quite nice. There's little gifts there, $3.50 I think, or maybe 3 for $10 at events. And then they do lots of they do a Slovakia one, a Kleftico one, and they're all Cypriot, Greek Cypriot. And you can scan the QR code and you can get recipes. Pretty sure he put a leaflet into the box. And he did actually put a discount code in there. So so you can get 10% off with that FFF10. And if you like the olive oil as well, they also do halloumi, which is like actual Cypriot halloumi. And then their oil. So you have got, I'll move on to this now. So you've got the seasoning, and then you've also got their fresh harvest of their extra virgin olive oil, which is first cold pressed, which basically means when the olives are harvested, it's that first kind of pressing of the olive oils, because olive oil they get in the supermarket will be like lots of times kind of like pressed, and then it will be kind of like this everything at the end with other things as well. So really, really pure. So if you want to try this one, we can have a little sniff. I didn't really want to tell Thekla that we had this one in there as well, because she's really keen to have her first harvest into the next one. So that will be this is Cypriot, and then the other one will be from Greece. So it'd be quite nice to compare if you want to save some of this for that. Now, if you have a little taste of this, I'm going to get a little spoon out. Now, there's a bit of a myth. Oh, if you have a look at that, that is really bright. I don't know if I'm not going to be able to show you without pouring it on my laptop, but really lovely bright green in colour. So this was, yeah, November 24. That was the harvest date, and you can have a little look at the back, but they say exactly when it's been harvested, so should be lovely and fresh. As Thekla was saying, we want to smell. And the way, if you've ever done one of my tastings at the Good Food Show, we kind of do you put it into a little cup and you'll warm it first so that you can get the aromas going. So I don't know if you've got a glass or a cup, you could do that. And you basically pop it onto your palm to warm it and get that moving, so you can move the volatiles around so you can actually smell it. Nice and grassy. All I've got is celery right now because I just had a really lovely taste. We should have probably done the olive oil first. And then, like wine, you want to take a little sip of it and let that soak over your mouth. So it's lovely and grassy. It's got a little bit of pepperiness to it. Sometimes people kind of I always kind of get a little bit of like underripe banana with like really underripe, kind of like, you know, the first harvest. So but I don't know if that's a random thing of my taste. I don't know if anyone else gets that. And then you can bring in oxygen into your mouth, which kind of, if you breathe in, that kind of helps the kind of aromas go through your mouth and into your I think it's called the retronasal passage. So at the back there, where you've kind of got your nose working with your taste buds as well. So that should be lovely and light. And if you get some bitterness, there's not a lot of bitterness at all there, but that is a sign of the polyphenols, which is basically the antioxidants in olive oil, because it is really, really good for you. So yeah, really lovely and buttery, quite creamy. Nice olive oil. And if you want to cook with olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, you can. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I tend to think it's more of a budget thing, that actually because of the price point, you know, you don't want to kind of be using it too much. But actually, Thekla, one of the tips that Thekla gave was that you can cook with extra virgin olive oil up to 5 times without it kind of, you know, having any kind of detrimental effects on the oil. Because I think once you use oil too many times, it can kind of, you know, it gets smelly, and I think it can kind of start, I don't know, it's not a good thing to reuse oil too many times. But with extra virgin olive oil, you can do that up to 5 times if you're roasting or frying. But I think using it in things like a lovely tomato sauce, where you'll actually be able to, with other simple flavors, so you'll be able to taste the olive oil as well. And obviously using it for drizzling, dipping. Anyone into their olive oil like this one? Yeah, Kath, you like that one? Jason, you nodded as well, did you?
Yeah, it's very nice actually. A little kick at the back at the end of it, but yeah, very nice. Yeah.
And they do a really lovely range of what they call fused olive oils as well. So if you're into your flavored olive oils, when they say fused, it means that the say, for example, the chili one, they've actually got fresh chilies and then they've fused that with the olives to then create the oil. So rather than adding like a fake flavor or a kind of like natural flavor, or adding the product at the end to infuse it, is kind of actually not infused, it is fused. And if you are a Good Food Show fan, then Casa de Lolly are another one of those that do that kind of fusing. So do a really lovely garlic one, really fragrant basil, and then the chili one's really lovely too. So yeah, olive. And obviously if you like holidaying in Cyprus, it's always quite nice to kind of, you might get a kind of flavor memory of kind of being out in Cyprus. I believe it's near Larnaca, sorry, that they produce it. And the reason I smile there is because I have got one tattoo, and I got that when I was in Ayia Napa, and I flew into Larnaca, and I was, I think, just turned 18 at that point. So I have, yeah, my memories of Cyprus aren't lovely olive oil, they are getting a tattoo. Too much information? I don't know. Cool, so that's your lovely olive oil. So that is Olive, and it's Rob, very nice guy. Cool. Let's move on. What time are we on? 8 o'clock. So we should be joined by someone else in just a moment. So let's go on to. I thought I was going really like slowly. I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to fill the time, but now we're going to speed up. I always do this. So let's go on to Honest Umami. So this is the product. If you're here at the beginning, that I said. I kind of fangirled them at this trade show. It's called the Speciality and Fine Food Fair. It always takes place at the beginning of September. And I went up to them. There's two basically. So sorry if you're looking at it and saying mine's not yellow. You've either got a salt and pepper one or a 3-2-1 all purpose. And have you not got it in there, Jason? Oh, good. So I thought you were doing I can't find mine. And I was like, I'm going to blame my dad for that. It's okay. So you've either got, right, great. So actually, cool. Jason and his mother-in-law have got one of each of them. So you can both try them. Oh, you've got 1, 2, 3. I can't hear you. Okay, cool. So we've got another guest talk just arrived, but we'll carry on with our Honest Umami. So as I said, I completely fangirled these guys and went up to them and said, oh, I love your product, like it's really cool. I love the branding. Probably first I kind of like got drew in by the coolness of it. It's called Honest Umami, and they basically sell MSG. So if you think MSG is like a really bad thing, there are kind of like chemical versions of that or kind of artificial versions of it. But basically this umami is made by fermenting cane sugar. So that brings that savouriness, and then it's also got this kind of sweetness, and it's all the good things really. I think I've been using it on lots of things. So last night I sprinkled this salt and pepper one with 5 spice to almost do like a kind of salt, like the Chinese kind of salt and pepper 7 spice. I think, and it was really, really, really good. I've sprinkled it on chickpeas. I'm always like, if you got the Bold Bean Co chickpeas in the first box, I am also a mega fan now, and I buy them from Tesco for like £2.60. They're on offer at the moment, and that just sprinkled on those, it just kind of gives this boost of savouriness. Both of them, so they suggest putting it in to make the most sensational scrambled eggs, next level noodles, brilliant bolognese. So anywhere, so this one, the 3-2-1 all purpose, is kind of more of a kind of ingredient, whereas you could probably sprinkle the salt and pepper one a bit more. But they also do a chili version, and the other one is just pure MSG, I think, rather than it being a salt, sweet and savoury. So if you want to try that, you can open that up and do the lick your finger and have it in, and you have literally got a really amazing burst of, I'm gonna click my throat now with the pepper. I should have gone for the other one, but just so much flavour. And I hope the cooks among us are kind of thinking of ways that you will be experimenting with this, because it's super, super tasty. I put it into like my daughter, she likes just plain pasta, and so I put a bit of that in there to make it a little bit more tasty for her. What do you think? Both together? Oh yeah, you can
On wedges.
Oh yes, so the Greek seasoning with the 1, 2, 3
Yeah.
all purpose potato wedges. Simple things.
I actually had some with my dinner tonight. I cut up some cabbage like thinly sliced, put it in the air fryer with some sesame oil, and then sprinkled the chili one on it. It was amazing. I just had it with rice. Very simple dinner, but very good.
Ooh, so good. Did you get that on Speciality as well, or do you already?
Yes.
So this is Sue, guys. So Sue isn't from Honest Umami. She is from Makan, Malaysia, which is another amazing product in the box. so we should move on to that one, because otherwise we're going to be rushing around. But yeah, hopefully you guys, these retail at £3.95, I think. So I think they're a really lovely, cool, interesting product. So I'd love to know what you guys do with it as well, and if it kind of converts you. So anyone that thinks that they didn't previously, think MSG is like a bad thing, it's kind of it's really interesting stuff on their website about how MSG gets such a bad rep, but actually it is just monosodium glutamate. So glutamate is already in like tomatoes, parmesan. It's like a naturally occurring chemical compound, and there are artificial ways of producing it, but this is completely natural, so hopefully completely guilt-free. But yeah, I'm excited to hear how you use it. Right, so next product, guys. I had to put this into the box because after I tried it, so this is the most beautiful branding as well. My favorite flower is hibiscuses, and this is their peanut sauce. And when I brought it home and we tried it, my partner Jamie said, "I love this, please get 50 jars." And I was like, I know who'd like 50 jars as well. So selfishly, sometimes I get products for this box that, because we love them so much, I know that hopefully you will as well. So tell us a bit about your company, about you. I know you started as kind of like caterers and have kind of, people love your products so much that you had to kind of do the whole, I got to put this in a bottle, kind of in a jar. So yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for having me today, Katie.
Yeah, no worries. Let me quickly say, so these are some of the hardcore crew of tasting box subscribers that kind of love to. Some Kath and Tanya up in the corner were like my first or second ever subscriber, and up in Manchester together, come to every day of the Good Food Show, but also wait to open their boxes until these tastings. So you've got some really lovely people here that love to discover new and interesting things. So
I'm nervous now.
no, like not in a that's supposed to scare you way, but in a they love to meet people like you as well. So thank you for coming.
So my name is Sue. I am co-founder of Mac in Malaysia, which I run with my best friend Kat. We've been friends since we were 13 years old, and we're now mid-30s, so about 20 years. Makan means eat in Malay, and so Makan Malaysia means eat Malaysia, and we were all about sharing art, culture, history of Malaysia, and what better way than to do it with food. We started the business about 7 years ago. As Katie said, we did lots of catering, markets, festivals, that sort of thing, but we knew that we couldn't do it forever, so we decided to launch a range of sauces, which we have done so about a year ago now. And this peanut sauce is our bestseller. There's a lot of confusion with what satay is, and lots of people think satay equals a peanut sauce, but actually satay literally translates to barbecued skewered meat, and that is served with a peanut sauce on the side. It's not one dish that's all mixed in. So we actually have two products, the satay marinade and the peanut sauce. But of course, the peanut sauce is something that everyone kind of recognizes, and the flavor profile is something that everyone is a bit more familiar with. So I think that's why it also lends to it being more popular. So this sauce itself is made with red skin peanuts. We roast it in the oven until it's almost burnt, and then we grind it down, and that's how it gets that really dark, delicious color. We don't use any peanut butter, and its texture of a little bit, it's a bit coarser and not smooth, and that's like a really authentic kind of texture that goes with it. We then cook it down with shallots, lemongrass, tamarind, and coconut sugar from Malaysia, and we bottle it up. So it is a little bit thicker, so we would recommend you just stirring a little bit of water into it if you wanted to turn it into like a curry, so you can cook some chicken up, add the sauce, add some water, and then just loosen that all up. Or you can smear it on like your sandwiches. Like, it's a great way of making your usual ham and cheese sandwich a little bit more exciting, or just drizzle it on top of like a butter bowl, or have fun. Or you of course eat it with like barbecued skewered meat, as it's traditionally intended for.
I love it. It's got that amazing like sweetness. It's got the texture. It's got like a lovely heat that's not too hot for Tanya, is it? It's got a little bit of heat, hasn't it? You like it? Good.
Yay.
I couldn't wait, and I had it for my tea.
How did you have it, Lisa?
Pardon?
Well, how did you eat it?
We had some like breaded chicken. I just needed to make a really quick tea, so I just warmed a little bit in a pot and like drizzled it all on. It was
Amazing.
really good. Really, really good.
Thank you. That sounds delicious. I've not had it with anything breaded before, so that's definitely something I would like to try.
Yeah, it's all about, this is the thing about these kind of products, that if you kind of, you know, especially if you've got kids, like you know, easy, quick, simple things, but just adding amazing flavor like this just helps so much, just to like lift it and bring joy to the midweek meals. Has anyone else, Jason, have you tried it yet, or are you gonna wait?
No, I have tried it actually. It's it's lovely.
Yay, thank you.
Just even just a simple bit of chicken, some noodles, that'd be fine. It's lovely.
So
Great.
good. I made a mistake, so I'm really glad you said about mixing it with water, because I put some with some soy sauce and it kind of just, I don't know, it just lost its kind of, I don't know. But yeah, I can imagine just water, it will just like loosen
And
it.
because I guess the peanuts that we're using are like well, they were raw before we roasted it. It does have a tendency to like suck up a lot of water in it. So that's why it's always best to just like loosen it just that little bit.
Amazing. And so obviously you do the sauteed marinade as well, and I've got a wok sauce, which is like kind of smoky, kind of really gorgeous sauce. And what else do you do?
So we also have a range of sambal, and sambal is like the Malaysian chili sauce. We have 3 different types, a vegan one, an anchovy one, which is probably the most traditional type, and a belacan one, which is like really, really deep and fiery. Sambal is like the Malaysians' version of ketchup. A very typical breakfast would be to eat coconut rice, a fried egg on top, and then sambal on top of that. And yes, for breakfast. We would eat it on the roadside. So you buy it and it's wrapped in a banana leaf, and it's wrapped in like a tiny triangle like this. And it's, you kind of just like squat on the roadside and you kind of eat it with your hands, and it's very delicious. But of course, here in the UK, it might be a bit too hot for some people, but that's all right, because you can mix it with some tomato puree, tinned tomatoes and coconut milk, and you can make a beautiful curry with that. Again, with your stir fries, you've got your nasi gorengs, your mee gorengs, just a little bit of that, and it just brings a lot of flavor out. Also, what we've recently been doing, because it's been hot and warm, we've been mixing it with honey to make like a hot honey wings kind of thing.
Ooh.
And that's really fun.
Because you've been camper vanning lately, haven't you?
Yeah. Yes, I've just come back from North Wales, and it was very terrible weather. But it was really good in the sense that it really made you switch off, because we were in nature and there was no way out of it. So you just kind of have to surrender to like the gods, I suppose. Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh, amazing. But I hope everyone, if you get stuck on things to do, always ask in like the Facebook group. You guys put, you know, a lot on Instagram as well. I don't think you can get stuck with this one, to be honest. You can just literally, I'm a bit of a purist with some of these products, and I'm literally like, I'll just eat it with a spoon. It's jazzing up rice for me. I don't know if I keep banging on about this for so many things. I've got this little 2-portion like rice cooker. It's this Judge one. It's like £23 or something. And I'm making perfect rice now. I've converted my partner into eating rice. He didn't like it before. And just jasmine rice, and then just a bit of this on the side, and maybe some like simple chicken. It's just so good. So yay, hopefully everyone else feels that joy as well that we're loving at home. And just so much, there's quite a lot of peanut in this box actually. I've got 3 products with peanut in. I don't normally go very nutty, but autumnal nutty vibes. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, Sue. And if like, so where's best for people to buy more? I actually got an email from a guy called John, who is one of the subscribers, that said, great box. He's not here tonight. Great box. I actually found Makan Malaysia 2 weeks ago, and he's got like 2 cases
What?
or something.
That's insane. Yay.
So the fact that he'd already found it, and then I just like cemented the fact that it was so good. He's
Thank
actually one, he knows Jen, I think, quite well. Like
Oh,
he's
yes.
subscribers. So yeah, Jennifer L. So yes, if anyone wants to buy them, where's best to do that? Just directly.
You can buy it on our website direct. It's makanmalaysia.co.uk, or we're also stocked on Deli, that amazing platform that has so much fun things on. And of course, they're actually doing free shipping this weekend. If you guys want to have an explore. I know Honest and Mommy are there as well. Those are the best places online, and we're still working on trying to get more farm shops and delis and that sort of thing.
Well, hopefully. Oh, and you're going to be at the Good Food Show.
Yes, it's going to be our first time, so very excited.
We'll have to. So hopefully you'll see some of the guys that come up to the show quite regularly. Come and say hello to you. Amazing. We'll have you up on stage in one of the tastings as well. So yeah, cool. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for making such an awesome product to share as well. And how did you do the logo? Because I just love that logo.
So great that you said the hibiscus, because the hibiscus is Malaysia's national flower. And yes, it's called a bunga raya, which translates to like celebration and happy, like, yeah, raya is like a big celebration flower essentially. So that was the hibiscus. And then the spoon is because in Malaysia we don't eat with forks and knives, we eat with forks and spoons. So the spoon is kind of like a shovel. I don't understand how people eat with forks and knives so you can't get any food on it. But yeah, I guess we're more rice-based, more soup-based, more noodle-based, so a spoon does make more sense. And then the chilies, just because it is a theme throughout Malaysian food, but not all Malaysian food is spicy. So yeah,
Cool. I love that. I love the background to logos sometimes, especially such beautiful ones.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. Oh, and then that's you on the top as well.
Yeah, I'm the little one. I'm Sue, the fun-sized one.
Cute. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining us tonight.
Have a great rest of the evening, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, Sue. Thank you. Oh, cool. Do you like this one? I think when Jamie says you've got to get me 50 jars, I think I'm always like, yeah, I think other people will like it too. Cool. So let's move on. What else have we got? Crisps. Tina, I think I might have failed you. I think you've got some bacon crisps, and I think they are they've got meat in. So if you're a vegetarian, you're going to struggle with these. So let me know, because I've got some rosemary and salted ones, and I'll send you them in the next box. But the reason why we've got these, Davina, I think you might have missed it there, but these have got meat in, and you are a vegetarian, aren't you? No. Ruth? No. Okay, cool. Fine. Yay, eat. Eat the meaty crisps. So this is another one that Jamie really likes. They sell them at the pub down the road, and he thinks that they are everything that a smoked bacon, smoky bacon crisp should be, in that they actually taste like bacon. And every crisp has kind of got enough flavor on it as well, so they're really well distributed. I met these guys so long ago, and I've kind of kept up with them. I think they started in cooking in olive oil. I don't think they do that anymore. There might be some olive oil in there. It's probably rapeseed. Yes, and it's real smoked bacon. They are gluten-free as well, which is pretty cool. And there's some oat smoked sugar in there as well. Yeah. What do we think? Good smoked bacon crisp. They also do some tiger prawn flavor crisp. I think they're garlic tiger prawn. But I just really like a really nice small business. They're based in Shepperton, down in near Teddington, which is where I used to work for the Good Food Show down there. That's where our offices were, which actually was where The Office was filmed, if you didn't know that, with David Brent and those guys. That's where my partner and I met. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about those, but otherwise, yeah, definitely not for vegetarians. It says on the packet. So good crunch, like nice potatoes, every kind of everything I think you want in a crisp. You've got savouriness, that's the umami coming from the kind of like meatiness. You've got the sweetness, you've got the saltiness. Yeah. So that's your brown bag crisps, smoked bacon. And if you're a vegetarian, if you're watching this on catch up, hopefully there's a couple of people that I've sent the rosemary and sea salt to as well. So fingers crossed that you get those. Right, so what else have we got? We have got some sweeties and we've got a peanut butter. Now I thought I couldn't resist the pumpkin spice peanut butter. It hasn't got actual pumpkin in it, but it has got pumpkin seeds to add a little bit of crunch, and it's also got the spices that are kind of associated with pumpkin spice. So it's got cinnamon, it's got nutmeg, ginger and cloves, and that's the kind of pumpkin spice. And then they are gorgeous peanuts, kind of like deep roasted, so that's where you're getting that dark color from. So if you don't know if you want to have a taste now. If not, you can have a smell, and you should get those lovely autumnal warming spices. Are you still on there? Sorry, I've moved on to the crisp pretty quickly. So Ruth, you're enjoying those. I'm glad you are. But lovely deep roast, and then you've got bits of the pumpkin seeds to kind of add a bit of crunch as well. I avoid peanuts normally. My brother-in-law has got a peanut allergy or a nut allergy, so I'm always a bit conscious of nuts, but actually I've gone pretty heavy on peanut in this one, haven't I? But there's nothing wrong with peanut if you can eat them right. So yeah, this is from a company, it's brand new, so Mother Nutter. They've just kind of launched their peanut butter range. I love the branding. You've also got in your box a recipe for some peanuts, pumpkin spice peanut butter cookies. Pretty cool. So literally just the peanut, all you need is the peanut butter, sugar and an egg. Which sounds pretty good. That's going to be gluten-free, isn't it? Might have to try those. Yeah. And it's from Wild and Fruitful. So Wild and Fruitful are like a jam chutney producer from, I think they're up in Keswick. So yeah, so from up north, and I really love the branding. They've done a couple of like collaborations. There's one with Tubby Tom's, and there's a smoked bacon and maple flavor peanut butter, which is pretty exciting. But I just thought for autumn, can't go wrong with a bit of pumpkin spice. What do we think? Anyone trying that? No? I'm watching somebody else. Shouldn't do that. Oh, you like it, Catherine. Kath, good. Yeah, I think it's one of those. Well, I think the spices just add a little something to it. So, and I think if you're not that into pumpkin spice, maybe. But yeah, Mother Nutter, and a lovely big jar as well. There's nothing worse than getting a tiny jar of peanut butter and using it too quickly. What else do they say? No palm oil, obviously. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of peanut butter, so yeah.
Okay.
Not
That's
the
why I
biggest
shouldn't
fan.
be reading your face then. I'm like,
But I've tried it, and
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a converter.
no,
Did you try the coconut? Toasted coconut peanut butter from Frida's. Did you ever get that one? That was a couple of years ago.
probably not. I think Davina only converted me more recently.
Gosh, it's been going. I launched the tasting boxes, I think, in early 2022. So that's what, nearly 2026, isn't it? My dad's told me that I'm not allowed. He won't help me anymore if I have if I go over 100 boxes. So to have free labor I've got to cap it at 99. So it's not going to grow any more than that. So I can't run it without free labor from my dad. So cool. So one more product, the sweets. So ask mummy and daddy.
Oh, look, I think you might have missed the
Oh gosh, I did. Thank you. Let's go back to that now. So I love this one so much. That's because I didn't put it on my little tray. I've got these. I got for my birthday. Actually, I'm going to show you.
I've been looking forward to this one.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's actually, I keep saying, oh, this one's my favorite, but genuinely, I really, really love this one. I'm going to quickly show you my trays that I got for my birthday. So this is, I'll do a little ASMR thing. It's from Sous Chef, and they are enamel, and they are, I love them. My mum was like, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, oh, I don't know, but I just love these enamel trays, and I put all the things prettily on them, except the black garlic. Sorry, getting distracted. So try, this is Eastern Chili. They're going to be at the Good Food Show too, which is really cool. First time. They're based in Bristol. The guy makes it's called Ricky, and he has got this, when I met him, he's got this amazing like bleached blonde kind of mullet. I met him at the Bread and Jam Festival as well. And this one won a 3-star in the Great Taste Awards. I'm not going to open this one because I haven't got enough of them to open, but it's a really like thick, sticky, treacly kind of, if you've had, I put black garlic, I think, into the very first tasting box, which was an actual bulb of black garlic. And we had black garlic in something else at some point, but basically black garlic is a fermented garlic. They ferment garlic bulbs, so it takes about 3 weeks, and they the garlic turns like black and sort of fudgy and sticky, makes it really good for you, full of antioxidants. And this is made into a an amazing chili jam, which has got some spices in there as well. What are the spices in there? There's roasted peppers, brown sugar, a blend of vinegars, garlic and black garlic, and then a bit of bird's eye chili as well. So there isn't actually any spice in there, but you can, it's got a really weird sweetness, hasn't it? It's almost is like it's got some spice. I think that's gorgeous. He suggests putting it with cheese, a touch of luxury to sandwiches, fry-ups, pretty much anything. I had it last night with my chicken thighs that I put the Honest Umami with Chinese 5 spice. So that kind of like just put that over chicken thighs with a bit of sesame oil as well, and then grilled those, just plain rice, and then a big dollop of that on the side, and it was so good.
Bacon sandwich instead of HP sauce.
Yeah, bacon sandwich. Yeah, really, really good. They also do a salted pineapple chili jam with lovely chunks of roasted pineapple in it, and a Scotch bonnet and gochujang chili jam, which is also really, really good. So yeah, that's the Eastern Chili black garlic chili jam. And when you see, if you haven't heard me say it before, but if you ever see those 3 stars on the Great Taste Awards, that like basically between 200 and 250 every year get out of about 15,000 get the 3-star award. So it means that they're really, really standout special. Yeah. Anyone else got any ideas of what they're going to do with that?
Just a simple lunch of cheese on toast. That'd be nice, Matt. And the umami on cheese on toast as well. Because I like the bow tree peppers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're so nice.
Nice. This is it. Simple things like that. Like, I mean, that's where the ingredients can really shine. Really simple stuff. I'm really boring at home, I have to admit. Like, I work from home. I have to make my kids really bland food, and then I have to like cook for us. And I don't know, my palate just goes to really simple things, but just to kind of boost them with this kind of like the condiments on the side, I really love. Really good idea. And please do, like, anything that you're experimenting with, really good to just share in that Facebook group, so we can kind of share ideas, and a lot of the producers love seeing the kind of feedback as well. Yeah, so we're down to one product. I think. Anyone else got any secrets? So you might have smelt this before you saw it. My house, when they arrived, smelt amazing. So Ask Mummy and Daddy was set up by a guy called Kane, who I was reading about him earlier. I didn't know much about him, but he left school with like no GCSEs, no kind of plan, and kind of didn't really know what to do, and did a few jobs and things like that, and then decided, right, I'm gonna, create a sweet company. What should I call it? And the parents were like, oh, you always used to say, ask Mummy and Daddy, like, for if they're allowed sweets. And these are pina colada flavors. So I thought, one little last taste of summer with these. They are just gummies. I love a gummy sweet, and these are lovely pineapple coconut flavor gummies. He apparently, his first customer was Selfridges. He literally went to Selfridges and like set up a meeting, sort of saying, I make these sweets, I want to make them look really premium. Can you help me do it? So yeah, these are kind of grown-up sweeties. They also do, I don't know if you remember, I put the lemon drizzle kind of cake ones. They were like a boiled sweet. And I think these gummies are a bit, I don't know, they wow me a bit more than the hard ones. And they've also got Italian spritz ones. So if you like an Aperol spritz, or anyone that does like them, I mean, they're really pretty. Probably, again, if you're doing like stocking fillers or kind of like little gifts for Christmas, these would make really lovely kind of premium looking sweeties. They do boxes as well. So yeah. And the non-alcoholic, in case you were wondering if you're going to get a little kick out of those. Sadly not. Just a sweetie kind of sugar rush. Cool. So that is your whirlwind tour of all those products in the box, and I hope it's been a good one. It's always I don't know, I always get to the point, I'm like, oh, I need more product, but actually the price of everything's going up at the moment, and I will always stick to my promise that I put 10 products in the box, but it's getting harder and harder to kind of keep the quality of those and the price of the box as low as possible. And the blooming postage now, honestly, I'm going to tell you about this. Royal Mail, I have to go and take all these boxes. They won't come and get them, and I have to, it's almost like they're doing me a massive favour to spend about £500 on postage to get these boxes out, and they're like, oh, well, you might be able to do it at this time, and I have to like go in a back door to kind of drop them all off and unload them all, and it's because I only do it every 3 months. It's not like a regular thing, but honestly, it's like, take my money, and then like I feel like I'm like begging them to take the boxes. Anyway, but yeah, enough about that. Thank you very much for coming. To any newbies, Nicola, you're new. I saw it met you at Goodwood. Thank you for coming. I hope you liked the box. And anyone who's watching the recording, hopefully you've enjoyed trying all these products and meeting all these lovely producers as well. Like, it's so, I always kind of almost forget like how much I love hearing those stories, and kind of it does really connect you to their journey as well. Like, I really like the Curry Smugglers are a really lovely one, and I hope they do really well. And I mean, I don't want to not give everyone, but Thekla is amazing as well, and her products, they do like an oat honey as well, which was really, really interesting. Some really different honeys, and obviously the Macan Malaysia girls. I love it when I get them at the beginning of their journeys, and like that Bold Bean Co. I bought them for the first ever box. They didn't go in the box because they weighed 1 kilo, and I couldn't kind of like they basically, the box weighed too much. I was like, I can't put the beans in, but they are now on the shelves of Morrison's. They're in Tesco's. They're kind of it's brilliant, and they're doing absolutely amazingly. So nice to see them flourish and fly. Cool. So next box is festive tasting box. That will be going out at the beginning of December. If you obviously, I'll give you notice of that. And always email me if you need anything, or don't know anything. And thank you very much for continuing to support me.
Thank you. It's been a lovely box.
Yay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Lovely.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Lovely.
Any other questions about anything? Might help. No? Great. See you
Thanks,
later,
Katie.
guys. Thank you. Take care.
Katie.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
You're welcome. Take care.